ladies and gentlemen, I think I can say good afternoon. Welcome to BASF at K 2025. Welcome aboard our plastics journey. And a third welcome to our next plastics dialogues, where we will be talking about a real game changer. And while I think that the word is a bit overused nowadays, we're going to find out why this is really a game changer. I'm really happy that I'm joined by Georg Stalte from WITTE Automotive, Tony Harrison from ALBIS, and my colleague René Rotschu from BASF. René, gonna start with you. I hear game changer, like I hear about 15 game changers a day. How is Pacific any different from the other game changers, and what is it?
That's, Richard, a very good question, which we will answer in the next 15 or 20 minutes. So, what is Pacific? Pacific means Product Carbon Footprint Catalog. That's a platform for an easy and automated exchange of PCF data across the whole value chain. But it's not limited to that. What does exchange mean? So it's requesting and sharing PCF, but it's more. It's also including so-called calculation feature where you can calculate product carbon footprints for your products, which you can share to your customers, not only related to BASF products, and that's very important. As of today, we are opening Pacific to a so-called many-to-many feature. That means you are also able to collect data and share data with other suppliers, with other materials, not only limited to plastics, but also to like metals and something else.
And this is an app, or how do I imagine this to work?
It's a web front end, more or less.
Okay.
So it's not an app that you need to download. You can just log in, register yourself, log in, and then when you have an internet connection, you're in.
Tell us a little bit about the motivation behind it. I mean, why is BASF involved? What was the initial idea?
The initial idea, to be honest, is to shorten the processes, to make them easier, because in the before Pacific, it was a lot of manual workload to do. Yeah? When a customer wants to get a PCF, they need to contact a salesperson. They send the NDA. They send needs to be signed, sent to be back. Then the key accounter goes to our sustainability colleagues, ask them for the PCF. They create a PCF, send it, and so on and so on. A lot of manual work. And the aim of Pacific is to make this automated.
Georg, maybe you can tell us a little bit, first of all, about what WITTE Automotive does, and then I understand that you're already a happy customer of Pacific, so to say. Tell us a little bit what you learned.
Indeed. So first of all, we at WITTE Automotive are a first-tier supplier of, I would say, almost all large car manufacturers, and we are producing outer door handles, rear seat latches, camera systems for the trunk. So basically everything that can be opened or closed at the car is delivered by us.
Okay.
Our purpose is we open spaces. So yeah, that's basically what we do, and therefore we are using BASF materials majorly in our outer door handles, doing injection molding processes. And yeah, we started in the context of Pacific and in the context of Catena-X. We started a pilot project together with our customer Mercedes to share PCF data in an automated way across or along the automotive value chain there.
How important is this transparency and this ease of transferring data for you as a tier 1 supplier?
Yes, so I think we face a lot of quite complex challenges nowadays that all have something to do with supply chain resiliency, supply chain transparency, and sustainability, and PCF is one of those. And as data quality and data transparency are really of strategic importance for us here in order to show progress, in order to monitor and to drive progress, we heavily rely on easy access and automated processing of product carbon footprint data. And therefore, Pacific for us provides a great solution to get those data, to show the progress towards our customers, and do all of this with as less manual effort as possible.
Yeah, I can imagine. We're going to talk about, I understand that you're an early adopter of this. We're going to talk about next steps and about the future later. But first, Tony, I'd like to get you into the game here.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to introduce ALBIS at K, or do we?
Not.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think so.
Okay. So what's the connection between ALBIS, Pacific, BASF? Maybe you can open the whole ecosystem a little bit for us.
Yeah, well, we're a distributor for BASF for many years. We work very closely with BASF. We have common goals to achieve, I think, here in terms of sustainability, which is a key pillar of our strategy. We see ourselves in the role of enabling our customers to achieve their sustainability goals. What does that mean? It's all about reducing the carbon footprint. And how is that measured? Well, the currency of reducing your footprints is the product carbon footprint. And so our customer base also really need this information. They need to have it, the PCF data, in an easy-to-handle way. And so we're here today with BASF to send out the message that there is a new game in town which will make sharing of PCF data much more simple and easier for our customers. Just to put that into perspective, these days we have over 13,000 customers. We have today a minimum of 80 sustainable product solutions in our portfolio. Within that, there are hundreds of other products. You can do the mathematics with all those customers, all those products, how many requests we are receiving on a daily basis for PCF data. So having such an easy-to-use tool where data can be shared will definitely support our customers in their journey towards their goals for sustainability. So we're in it as a team together.
And it also makes your life a little easier, right?
Absolutely. In the last couple of years, the number of requests that we receive for PCF data has just exploded. And the manual work that's needed, Rennie mentioned it earlier, try to manage that with email communication, signing an NDA. It just takes so long and so many resources. So to have such a tool available will definitely make our lives a lot easier and hopefully those of our customers.
I mean, Tony, you're also really a voice for plastics and circularity actually in the public. At least I observe it that way. How important do you think these digital tools and platforms are in order to make circularity and sustainability happen?
Well, absolutely essential. I think we've all been on a journey for the last 10 years or more towards the goal of reducing carbon footprint. Plastics really are a mechanism to do that. Compared to many other materials, they have the much lower carbon footprint. We can measure that with data, with international standards. So our role is to really get the whole industry, even the wider public, to be honest.
That's what I mean, yeah.
To understand the value of plastics, where they play a role in sustainability, reducing CO2 footprints. If you want to reduce your CO2 footprint, then use plastics. Yeah, they definitely deliver that, and that's really a message that I've been trying to send out for quite some time. Yeah. And I'm thankful to be here on stage today to try and do that.
And we have recorded that. I can use it as my ringtone.
Anytime.
Perfect. René, I mean, this is also for, in the BASF context, developing something like this, working with these type of data is also something new. How has your job changed also since you are onboarded to the Pacific world, also to the Catena world? What's different than before? The conversations you're having?
I would call it's totally different. So it's very, very interesting. And as Tony mentioned, we want to send out the message. And the message is to make, use, and recycle to get to put it around in a story. And the thing is, you can only do this if you have transparency and you gain this transparency out of digitalization, and that's what we are doing right now with the PCF. It's not only limited to PCF, of course. Pacific is one aspect, but digital product passports, it's another point.
Yeah.
And you need this transparency to gain this efficiency.
And we have a couple of examples also at the show here. So for all of you who haven't visited kind of the exhibits that talk about that, feel invited. Yeah, René, you're going to be there.
Yep.
But let's get back to you, Georg. I said at WITTE you're an early adopter, yeah, of Pacific. You tell me. Do you have plans for the future? Will this be rolled out to more product groups? Will the collaboration be intensified? How do you see the future?
Yes, so for Pacific, I would agree with being an early adopter here for PCF. All in all, I don't know, but yeah, we are definitely ahead of the wave. Yeah, we started majorly with this pilot project, as mentioned, with BASF and Mercedes. But now there are already many more ideas to scale this up, to roll out our activities to more suppliers. Also because we have to. Basically, we get more and more pressure from our customers. We also have own ambitious goals regarding moving towards carbon neutrality. And therefore we have to, let's say, increase the speed regarding rolling out those activities to the upstream supply chain. So there are some onboarding activities in preparation for more suppliers. And as we are purchasing a lot of plastics parts as well from injection molding companies that by their own also use BASF materials, there are a lot of opportunities to, let's say, scale the use of the Pacific app up. And by that, we also have a benefit from this to get reliable data in an automated way.
Yeah, and it will only get better over time, I think so. Huh? Yeah.
Exactly.
Tony, I mean, you're at ALBIS, you mentioned 13,000 customers, right? Such a wide range of industries. Do you see any industry moving faster in terms of adapting this also way of thinking than others?
Well, for sure, the automotive industry, I think, is leading the way here, as they usually do. And the Catena-X platform, which has been established, and Pacific plugs into the network. I can see the automotive industry strongly adopting this technology. It's a huge supply chain. There are so many players involved to make that final part which goes in the vehicle, and all of them need to calculate the PCF of the individual component. That's one of the benefits of the Pacific app. Has a really cool tool in there where very easily a customer can calculate the product carbon footprint of the part they're producing. Of course, from ALBIS, they would get the PCF of the material that they will use, but then they have to add into that, I don't know, the energy, the machine, and so on, which will then make it easy for them to have a validated, transparent, and trusted product carbon footprint, which can go further down the supply chain. Another industry, actually, that's really moving fast in terms of sustainability is the cosmetics industry.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not. Cosmetics packaging, for many years, they've been really moving forward with reducing the carbon footprint, increasing the use of mechanically recycled materials, so the cosmetics. But to be honest, we supply across all industries. Yeah. There isn't one industry that's not trying to reduce their footprint, and the PCF tool is the currency. The PCF is the currency of carbon footprint, and so I really see many of our customers in all these industries benefiting from this technology.
René, Tony mentioned Catena-X, and I don't know if everybody's familiar with that, so maybe you can just give us 2 or 3 sentences on what that network actually is and how Pacific is somehow embedded into that system.
So Catena-X is, let's call it, the data ecosystem for the automotive industry. So it's the companies within the Catena-X, they work on standards that all of them agree on, so that you know who to whom is talking in the same language. That's the aim of the Catena, more or less. It's the digital brain of the automotive industry. Let's call it that. You have some rules and rule books that are defining the standards within the Catena-X, and also the Pacific app is following these standards. And that's how Pacific is also included in the Catena.
Okay.
Moreover, if you are within the Catena and using Pacific and another customer as well, then the data exchange is automatically very easily about so-called EDC, Eclipse Data Space Connectors.
So in the end, it comes back to a shared platform, because if every company creates their own platform, there will be no platform at all.
Exactly. It's not a platform, it's an ecosystem.
Okay, very good. I have a final challenge for you. I'd like you to describe Pacific in 3 words. I already noted down your 3 words. Let's see if you repeat them. We'll start with you, Georg.
Yeah, I would say, first of all, easy to use or intuitive.
That's 3. Easy to use. So,
Okay, then I stick to intuitive.
Okay.
Then it's one word.
okay.
Second word, Catena-X ready. And the third word, I would say reliable.
Okay, very good. Tony, give it a go.
Yeah, I've thought long and hard about which 3 words I should come up with.
I can tell you.
I know what they are. But I made a connection between BASF and ALBIS. And our mission statement, our 3 words are easy, smart, passionate. And I think that describes this new app perfectly. And the cooperation with BASF.
Fantastic. René?
No, I can use the same words.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, I would say digitalization, transparency, and efficiency.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for those insights into how to make transparency and finally circularity happen. Thanks to the Pacific platform. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Tony, Georg, and René are going to stay with us for summertime, so you have more questions, or if you want to join Catena or want to take part in Pacific, that's the opportunity. We'll be back in 45 minutes with our next talk for today, and I expect you all to come. Thank you. Bye-bye.
BASF. We create chemistry.